Well, hello everybody. Hello. I am trying to set this up here so you can see. Alright, that might be good. My little device that lets me turn sideways is not working. So I'm trying to be creative here because I have a little bit of time. So I've been working on a pet portrait. Let's see, where is this done? I want finished. Okay. So if you don't know who I am, this is who I am, and this is where you can find me. I appreciate it. So I'm using Corel Painter 2016. Oh, let me start with a nice fresh illustration layout. And in progress. There it is. One song's quiet and the next is loud. I hate that. Alright. So this camera's a little different because it's not letting me turn it sideways. So I have to do it in this portrait layout. So I hope you guys can see. I'm working on this dog portrait. This is Corel Painter 2016. And I don't do a lot of fancy digital art tricks. I actually paint like I'm painting. It just happens to be on my computer. So I need to open up a window and get a reference image. And for my reference, I'm actually using a stock photo because the picture I have for these two dogs is not the best. So I have this little guide to get the color from, and I'm going to open the photo layout I have. Alright. This is the photo. And that's the drawing. So I think it's looking pretty good. I just have to finish this second dog here. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, and I'm trying to see them the best I can. Alright. So I am using let me tilt you up just a second over here. A real wet oil setting. It's digital oil painting with a wet blender. And this little dot is the size of my brush. So it's fairly small. But that's okay because we're going to zoom in on this guy. Or girl. I'm not even sure if this is a boy or a girl. I think it's a girl. She has a pink collar too. So I'm going to guess it's a girl. Alright. I need a little bit. Just adjust it there. Get my section I'm in. And I was just starting to develop the form on the face. So when my sketch is gone, that's what it'll look like. The sketch will not be part of the drawing, obviously. It's just my flow map. The sketch is like my roadmap to get to where I want to go. So that's without it. So I just have a little reference photo over here for color. Thank you. I appreciate that. The comments really mean a lot. Comments and likes really mean a lot to me. It's partly why I do it. So this is not the dog. This is just a stock photo of a Chihuahua with a similar coloring, so I could get some coloring to start at. And that's all I'm really using it for. Just to sort of pick out some spots. Pick out some spots. So I'm just going to, actually I think for right here I want to, yeah, that's a little bit. I want to take the sketch out so I don't get confused with what's a sketch and what is really there. So I'm going with a little bigger brush. bet you were. I bet you were. They were like, oh, she needs to pick me up. Alright. They're like, she needs a pick me up. Tell her she can draw. They probably, I can totally see them doing that. So thanks for your help. Alright, so I'm just slightly, I want to use my little water blender a little bit here to smooth out these lines. And this is just water. You can see it has no color associated to it. It's just like taking water. I'm just kind of blending it in a bit. Oh, well, thank you. I work a lot on the eyes. It's, you know, I spend a lot of time on them. The eyes are probably one of the most important part of a portrait. Because that's where you get the the personality, the character, spark of life. Alright. Since I'm worried about this color, there's actually color here. It's cream. You can't see it so good on the camera. Okay. Well, you're doing a good job, so ask for a raise. Tell them you need a raise. I complimented her very nicely. Give me a raise. You're good for it. Alright. I think I want to do the nose. Cry. Alright, doggy nose. We'll start out with a little, and then it loops up and around like this. Okay. You're funny. Oh gosh, it's funny stuff. Funny stuff. Alright. I don't know if I like my drawing. I should look at this dog's nose, not the stock photo. So I'm just trying to get the 4 little sections laid out here. Oh no, I was looking at 2 different pictures and I'm just like, eh. And I didn't like the nose here, but the nose on the real dog looks like this. And I was looking at the stock dog. Wrong Chihuahua. Wrong Chihuahua. Alright, so this nose is a little brownie. A little brown nose. Nobody really likes a brown nose, but this puppy's a cute brown noser. It's a little brown nose. So I'm just doing these little circles to get some texture. Putting in the shadows. And then it goes to like a little bit of a gray color. Now I have an Intuos Pro tablet and this pen. Which I use my pen so much that it's wearing out, so I just ordered a new one. I don't think I could draw. I mean, I've played around with the mouse, but painting with a mouse would be almost impossible. Well, you could put something else on. I just hopped on here. How's everybody doing over there, babe?
Sharon's over there and the kids.
Yeah.
It's just like they've got nobody. So he's got nobody. And normally, they can't have life insurance, nothing.
Oh, that's sad. One of our neighbors, his father just passed away yesterday. Sad. And I guess he doesn't have anybody. That's sad. Be nice to your family, folks. In the end, that's all you're going to have. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So this gives a little texture when you do these little circle bumps. And of course all dogs have like this little line that kind of goes down here. And he has this dark lip too, which I will draw over later, but I want this to kind of settle in and expand here. Steal some white from the page. Dot in some highlights here. Little glistening nose. Alright, so this stuff is like blending in. So that's why I'm kind of laying it on thick. I think I'm going to have to go over the highlights because otherwise it's just going to... And I can't just leave it white because there's going to be a background on it. And if I just leave it white, then he's going to show up with like a blue nose or whatever I end up putting in the background. So, kind of have to put some color on there. So I'll just go over the white with those. There we go. That works a little better. And then I can leave it. Oh, the tricks you learn as you go. So what's everybody else doing today? I am sort of recovering from all the partying I did yesterday. I had a busy, crazy day yesterday, but it was lots of fun. I was on the art block in the morning, and then I went out on the boat to watch boat racing, and then I went to a big art fair, and then we went out on a friend's boat last night. I got home at like 1 in the morning, and yeah, it was fun. I had to get up and take my puppy to the vet this morning for her last set of shots. Alright, so that's kind of getting there. Get a little bit of the gray, like a grayish brown color coming out. Ooh. That is sweetness. What do you do if you might mind? So you work out every weekend, but you get the whole entire week off. It's kind of a cool deal. Okay. So now I have to start establishing a line between the muzzle and the face. Ooh, the wind just closed my door. Spooky. Oh! I love it. You're a student? Well, that's good. That's a job. That's important. Get out there and learn. I might need a nap. I haven't drunk. I'm still on my first cup of coffee. I've been running around this morning. Ah, good job. I've been running around this morning like a crazy person. I had to do about a month worth of grocery shopping because we haven't gone in a while. We've been so busy. And I had to come home and put everything away. Being a grown-up stinks. I don't want to adult it. But, you know, sometimes you have to. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure everybody looks up to me. Don't look up to me. I'm gonna quote, I am not a role model. I did okay. I married the right person. So I did okay. I'm gonna say. Alright. He has a little short lip, this dude. And it's giving me a little bit of issues. Oh, okay. Hearts to you. Thank you. Hearts to you. Oh, and thank you for giving me hearts back. And you will. Alright. I want to get this little nose here. So this is starting to bring it forward a little bit. And this is oil paint, so it's just like layers and layers and letting them blend together and building up that color combination that I want. Oh yeah, I know. But you know what? He's going to be so happy when he looks really good instead of me just like throwing stuff down. These Chihuahuas have like this little short hair, so it all has to be drawn in. Otherwise, you miss their detail. And as much as I try to like let go of the detail, I'm so tied into it. It's just who I am. So I am learning to embrace my detailed orientation. Thank you. Alright. Yeah. The poor Chihuahua. More like the poor Chihuahua's owner, because the Chihuahua doesn't even know I'm drawing. Meanwhile, my friend JP is like, have you made any progress on those dogs? You're always busy boating and going out of town. Did you have work on those dogs? Yeah. But this is an art trade, so I don't have a time line that I need to get it done by. He'll get it when I'm ready to give it to him. Did you hear that, JP? You'll get it when I'm ready to give it to you. That's for him when he watches the replay. You can message me about that comment later. Alright, so this is like a blue-white. Yes. Be patient. And if Chad comes in, my friend Chad, I did a portrait of his dog, and I'm waiting for my art trade still. So I'm being patient on my end. I am waiting. But I'm getting curious to see what he's going to make me. Just saying. Alright, I want to blend this in now. Because I don't really want it to be dark hair. I just wanted it to be a shadow. So now I'm going to have to put light back over it. Just make it dark like this. And I'll put... yes. This is a lot of work. Sometimes I do them for friends and things, but in general... There you go. That's right. We all got to do our thing, right? Right now, I'm working on my retirement plan. Because in retirement, I would love to just draw. Do a couple portraits a week. And hang out on my boat. That's what I want to do for retirement. So I'm starting to work on it. That's right. So if I can supplement my husband's Social Security income so I could still go out to eat and have a good time, I'd be very happy. So I only need to make, not too much, a little bit of money. Better than being a greeter at Walmart. The original plan was to retire. The original plan was to retire in Florida and be greeters at Walmart and just work until we earned enough money to hop on a cruise ship, and then we'd come back and work until we had enough more money, made enough money to go back on a cruise ship. Because if you live there, you can always get like the last minute deals really good. But now we're here in Michigan, and we're kind of liking it. We have a boat, so I can just have my own fun. Thanks. It's satisfying for me just having you hang out with me. I hate being here all by myself. But I'll sit here and just chatter to myself. So, at least I can blame it on Periscope now instead of my husband thinking I'm totally crazy just talking to myself. I can say, I was talking to the people on Periscope. And he can't really say much about it anymore. I'll be like, oh. Yes, I am. I live on an island in the Detroit River. How fun is that? Yes, it is. So summertime is fun time. It's part of the lifestyle out here. Alright. So I get this little face forming. Now see, the trick is you have to turn a two-dimensional flat sketch and trick everybody to see it as a three-dimensional object. Thanks for stopping by. And that is all done with shadows and highlights to give you form. Oh, well that was a good payday. Maybe if you like my drawing enough, you'll let me come to your island. That would be super cool. And we could drink margaritas in the beach. On the beach in the sun. You'll give it to me? That would be awesome. The only thing is I'd have to do a lot of portraits to probably afford the upkeep. I don't know. Either that or I'd have to make it not so private and charge people to come stay there. Because I wouldn't be able to pay for it. You know, I know, I'm sure there's property taxes and stuff. Right? And all I know is that the people who live on the water where I live pay a lot of property taxes. So I could imagine the property taxes for a whole island. Okay, there we are. Okay. Oh, I give myself 20 minutes. This is why I like Mondays and Fridays better. My husband's at work, and he's not like, oh, let's do the laundry. Let's do the laundry. I don't know if I like what I just did there. I'm trying to get the light in. No, my husband... Oh, thank you. No, my husband is pretty awesome. He's the one who bought this for me, so it's his fault that I draw every day. So, he just needs to learn to deal with it. No, he's pretty much he pretty much spoils me. I get to stay. He works. I get to stay home for the most part and draw, and it doesn't matter if I make any money at it. Okay. All this is just laying in the colors and the direction that this dog's face goes. There you go. All husbands should be awesome to their wives. And usually that devotion will be rewarded. Alright. So this dog here is on a different layer from the other puppy. So if I come over here and blend or anything, the okay, this is on a different layer, so it will not interfere with the paint of this dog. That is one digital trick I do use. Layers are lovely. I want a little bit of this orangey brown color in here. Oh, that was not good. That was a super duper zoom in. I don't even know how it got on that. Oh, I need more coffee, please. I got up early this morning, took my dog to the vet clinic, and didn't get to drink all my coffee. And then when we came home, I had to go to the grocery store and Walmart. And I know it is, but I can't help it. I need some caffeine to. I'm old. I have to kickstart my day with the caffeine and the Advil. A caffeine and an Advil to start the day. Otherwise, I'm a grumpy woman. I was kind of grumpy this morning. I'm old. I want drugs. I really, for my age, really amazingly, like talking to my friends, I really do not take hardly any medication. So I'm kind of pretty proud of that. Every time I talk to my friends, somebody's on something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not yet. Yeah, it is an achievement. I think it is. I don't know how old you are, but at my age, it is an achievement to not be on major monthly medication. Me or my husband. Oh, so you're a baby. You are a baby. I'm old enough to be your mama. You're a baby. There you go. Okay, mama. I am. In the last couple days, my knee has been reminding me of that because in my head, I feel like I'm maybe 28. Sure you can. There you go. I have lots of kids that are adopted in my heart. A lot of my sons, I have 3 sons, and I have a lot of their friends who are my kids. I call them my kids. They call me mom. So go ahead. I answer to almost all of that. Alright. Just remember on Mother's Day. I expect that all expense paid trip to your island. Oh. See what? It's 1991. Is that when you were born? So I'm doing this private scope. It's just you and me. Look at that. Oh, see, my oldest son is born in 1991. He just turned 25, so you have a birthday coming up if you're only 24. Oh, see? What's even sadder is by the time I was your age, let's see, 24, I already had him. I already had him when I was your age. And I was thinking about having my second. Well, I was a baby. I was a baby. I was a baby. I looked like a baby. So his birthday is June 20th. And I still remember it was like super duper hot. Yeah, it was super hot. And I had to go to the doctor's office, and I was like 8 months pregnant, 8.5 months pregnant, and I was just like wearing like leggings and like a big like dress, like it's like a shirt that was like a dress, you know. I was just super hot, and I had my hair like up in a ponytail, and I didn't have a lot of makeup on. And then I went to the doctor's office, and I was sitting there by myself because, you know, my husband was at work because I had to quit my job because my job was very physical, so I couldn't do it while I was pregnant. And this lady, she kept looking at me and looking at me, and she like finally reached over and like tapped me on the arm and was like, "Honey, are you okay? Do you need anybody to be here with you? And I'll, you know, if you need somebody, just let me know." She thought I was like 14 or 15 and pregnant. I was like, "No, thank you. I've been married for a few years now. I got it. Thanks. Thanks, stranger." I guess, you know, she meant well, but she thought it was like a girl in trouble. A troubled youth. All by myself in the world. Alright. So I'm trying to round this jaw out. Oh, because I couldn't wear my wedding ring either because my fingers were all swollen. That was fun. And then I went in and had my third child in July. That was great. But he was a mistake. I'm drawing right there, see, in his mouth, see my brush? I'm working on this hair under here. You'll just see it start developing. I know it's hard to see it when it's white. I really would rather... I don't like painting white fur. Who else popped in? Say hi, join the convo. I see there's 2 people here now. I was doing a private scope here for a while. What's your name? I have KK, and I know you're 24. I don't know if I got your name because I'm not looking it up, so... I'm not recognizing your handle. So everybody hop in. Tell me your names. Where you're from. Vanola. Like, okay, yours. Is that really your name? Karth? I can't even pronounce it. And you're so funny, I can't trust you that that's your real name. But if it is, okay. How do you phonetically say that? Car plus thick? Car thick? Okay. I've never heard a name like that. Interesting. So where are you at? Because your humor and your language is very good if you're not in America. Alright, so I'm just like doodling hair here now. You're a learned man. Well, good for you. That's what you need to be in the world today. Yeah, well, moms always think their kids are their babies forever, and it's not going to change. One of mine's here. Ask him, right?
Yeah.
We always think you're our babies. Huh?
You finished your eating?
No.
Are you close?
No. I have a whole other half of Evie to finish.
What song is that?
This is a Chihuahua for somebody that is a friend of mine in Las Vegas. That he's having done for one of his friends. Oh, they work in San Francisco. That's cool. Have you ever visited San Francisco? What? It's an art trade. I'm getting paid in some of their art for hanging up here. India. Oh, I'd love to go to India. Though traveling scares me a little with the culture of the world nowadays. I get a little nervous. I think people are being a little stupid. I don't know why. We just don't all love each other and get along. What the world needs now. Because frankly, I don't even like to say I'm an American. Yes, I don't like to say I'm American or I am white or I'm German or I don't like to say any of that. I like to say, when they ask where you're from or what you are, I like to say I'm human. I'm human just like you. We are all humans. Yes, we're all humans on the planet Earth. And we really need to try to love each other. We are all, yes, all our energy is connected. I truly believe that. So, we should help take care of each other. And, I mean, like, look at a Periscope. We'll talk to each other and have no problems. I'll talk to people. I've talked to people in Serbia. I have talked to people in Turkey. I have talked to people in Nepal. I have talked to people in Russia, India. I have no, and we get along fine. I've gotten to know people in these countries. They've gotten to know me. We have no squabbles with each other. It's all the governments vying for power and some people being really pissed off because things have been really messed up for a long time. I think if certain things were just left alone and people started saying, hey, this is who we are, and accepting people instead of being, a-holes, things would be a lot better around here. People judge people. Well, yes, but that's the thing. The people judge people. Okay, example. It's not true, but I'm just going to say example. Say I judged you for your culture or your beliefs, okay? The same thing as you are going to judge me for mine. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. And I know there's like people who are like saying, yeah, but I know there's like people who are saying, oh yeah, my way is the only way, and blah, blah, blah. And I was raised with religion. I was raised, with certain beliefs. And I just never really felt right with it. Because I like certain things from different different religions. But I don't think one is totally, solely right. Because let's face it, in the end, nobody really knows what is really right. None of us really know what the real, what's the real deal. And so I truly believe in, like, the energy that we're really all fighting about. What really all boils down to the same thing. So no matter what you call God or what you believe, I don't like getting into religion too much because I respect what anybody believes about things, but I try to make them maybe open their eyes a little bit and saying, hey, she's not saying she's against what I believe. She's saying I have the right to celebrate and believe whatever way I want, because in the long run, if I say God, Allah, Muhammad, whatever, I think it's all talking about the same spirit. It's just a different name. It's just a different language. It's a different language. It's like me saying bathroom and English people saying loo. We're talking about the exact same thing, just using a different word. And there's a lot of people making a lot of money. Yes, there's a lot of people making a lot of money and causing a lot of crap over the same thing. Whereas if hey, you choose to call them that and go there, fine. And I choose to call whatever I call and go here, fine. Nobody should care. Why should you care what somebody else, what makes somebody else happy, and who cares? We should all be able to do our thing. So it aggravates me. It's like people make everything so difficult. I've been married in 3 different churches. I've gone to a bunch of different things. I question it all. And that's where I've come to. I could go on for it. I could get very philosophical. So, a good debater. Alright, I need to try to get a nice shadow under this lip. There it is, right? I need to get a dark shadow under here to bring it out a little bit, but I don't want it to be too dark. Yeah. I actually had a really good childhood, and compared to a lot of people, especially a lot of people in the world, I've been very blessed with my life, and I know that. So, and I appreciate it, and I don't really take it for granted too much, I hope. I'm sure I do to some point. Just simply because I've not had the experience that somebody else in the world has had. So I can't really say I don't take it for granted. Tell us about how your people saw life as. What do you mean? I'll tell you anything because I'll talk about anything, and I don't really have any secrets, so I'm an open book. I am who I am. You either like me or you don't. In kids today, alright, I have 3 young adults as my children. Yes and no. I'm going to leave it at that. And some of it is not always your fault. I think the youth of today does not have as many opportunities as, at least here in America, as I did growing up. I think as far as getting a job, I'm thinking as far as getting jobs, my kids are still living here. It's hard to get a job that you can go out and have a nice, decent little living and support a family. I mean, it's hard to get there. Even with an education, I have a college-age son. He's graduated from college, and he's working at a nursing home. It's not easy. Whereas my husband is the manager of a $1 million facility, and graduated high school. So I don't know if my kids will ever be able to just work their way up that way. Second, and I used to think it was mostly boys, men, but I see it with a lot of girls too, which is kind of weird, is the belief in commitment and family is a little bit lax. I'm thinking that I see a lot of people who don't really want to commit or create a family by being married and being a family unit and forgiving somebody like you would a family member and working together as a family instead of always being me, and I think that's a big issue. Because I've been married for 26 years and I love it. Me and my husband, it's the best thing ever, and I'm sad that I really don't think my kids are going to have that. And that's good. Yeah. See? That's good that you want to watch out for your parents, and that is a good thing. And I think actually, I think I don't know a lot about Indian culture, but I know a little, and I think your culture has a lot of that built in, and I think that's a great thing. Respecting your elders, not just like tossing them away. Taking care of your family and parents, not just like worrying about yourself and like maybe having a wife and doing, I think that's smart. And honestly, I think America here, we're going to end up going back in time. Because, like, my grandparents, when they got married in the Depression, there was a lot of multi-generational homes because, well, you couldn't afford to go off and buy your own home. So you ended up living with your parents. And to the point, kind of be like a co-house. And then when they got older, you'd sort of take it over. Or build a house really close nearby, and everybody kind of had to take care of each other or live together, and I think that's going to happen here. Like I'm fully prepared for at least one of my sons to probably live in my house forever. Maybe get married and have his wife come live here too. Fully prepared that might totally be a possibility. Where back when I was a kid, when I was your age, like nobody would have ever even thought of living with their family. Like if you lived with your family, it was because you did not have a good job and couldn't do anything about it. You were a bum. Yeah. Well, see, here in America, like just a few years ago, if you lived with your family and you grew up, if you were past the age of, mid to late 20s, and you still lived with your family, people were like, well, what is wrong with that person? Don't they have a decent job? Or are they flipping burgers? What's the deal? And, there's usually a reason that there was something wrong. And now it could just be, guess what? Guess what? I don't have my own medical benefits, so I have to pay $20 million of my salary just to make sure that I can, be healthy or whatever, or, I can't afford food and gas and electric and a house payment. So I live with my parents and help them pay rent, because like my kids who live here pay rent. They give me some money every month. It's not enough that they could be out on their own, but they help out, and they have, everybody who lives here has a responsibility. So the only good news is when I'm 90, I'll have somebody to drive me to the grocery store. Maybe, hopefully. If not, I'm calling you. You'll have to come over to America and take me shopping. Because now you're my kid. Right? Yeah, it is true. And it's not a bad thing when it works, I mean, it's nice to, like, I have to admit, I wouldn't have been, like, there would have been if I had to live with my mother-in-law, as sweet as she is, there would have been a lot of different issues, I could totally see that. But, especially I would have had a hand up, like I would have kept my job because my mother-in-law probably would have babysat my kids, and I quit my job because when I had my first son, daycare cost $10 more a week than what I was making. So what's the point of paying $10 more than what you made a week to not raise your own child, right? Whereas if I lived with my mother-in-law, I'd probably have free daycare because she would have been home to take care of my kid while I was still able to contribute to a household income. Right? So you get more than art here. You follow and watch me, you get more than art. Get life lessons, talk about some deep shit. Speaking of shit, I think my dog just did. Oh.
Hey, go potty. The bad girl.
She's just a baby. I know. Alright. So I'm just trying to lay in this color and get it to match with over here. That's what I do. Like I said, I'll talk about anything. You want to get deep and thoughtful? There I am. So, in India, do you have Pokemon Go going on over there? I'm just going to say. I don't know. Do you guys have Pokemon Go? I'm up over here. I'm just going to start filling in some of this color. You'll see it coming in. I'm trying to block it in. And I'm looking at this other portrait. Honestly, you know what? Okay, it is, but it isn't. Because I'm going to say this. At least here in America, I think it's a good thing. Pokemon Go has gotten my kids out hanging out together. If that sounds silly. They have something in common now to kind of do. And, oh, hi, how are you? Thanks for coming back. Huh? I'll get it in a minute. I'm finishing up in like 10 minutes. Well, don't. I'll get to it. If you have patience. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. That is true. My kids are out walking around and going out to places that they never would have done before, and especially never would have done before together. So, and my one friend is actually has something in common to talk to her young son about. So there's good things like that. You hear the stupid stories of somebody walking off a bridge or getting hit by a car. That's just natural selection. So they don't have Pokemon Go in India yet, babe. It'll be there. On the way. Thirsty for it. Yeah. Don't be too thirsty. Blend it in with your culture. It's okay. I think it's okay to have some change and be a little worldly, but yes, I am. Where are you? I'm waiting to see. Ooh, California. I've never been out west. Heard it's beautiful though. You get really great weather almost every day. Right in the middle of the fall. So this is all just building up some undercolor. On the way. Thanks for the heart. Okay. I'm trying really hard to get the right shadows for this dog. Does anybody else have anything fun going on today? I am going to be cooking dinner here in a little bit. No, I did not finish it. I haven't touched it again yet. I kind of wanted to get a little progress on this dog for my friends. So I could send them a picture and say, yeah, I've been working on it. This one's taking a little while. I've been really busy. Like, not with art stuff, but just like life stuff. Ooh, Red Lobster. I like Red Lobster. My favorite is when they have like the all-you-can-eat shrimp. I love shrimp. I want to turn off this for a little bit. I want to get this like... What do you usually get at Red Lobster? I haven't been there for a while. My Indian friend, I don't think they have Red Lobster in India. Do they? They might. I do too. It's super good. Are they? Well, see, we can go. We can do Indian people like seafood? I don't know. We can go to India and open a Red Lobster and probably be really rich. That or a Chipotle. Oh, beautiful. Do you guys like Mexican food? Do you ever have like tacos and burritos? Oh my god. I would love it. My sister-in-law is opening up a brand new modern Mexican. It's like a fancy Mexican restaurant. It's fancy. My brother-in-law's a chef. He's very yummy food. The big news is they are hosting the... Oh, that's my dog. She's outside. My little puppy, she had an accident in the house, so she got put outside and she wants to come back in, but she has to stay outside for a few minutes. No, she's a little Shih Tzu. Yeah. She's not a Chihuahua. She usually doesn't bark like that. But, yes, another baby. Just can't help the mothering in me. Very maternal. What's the huge competition? For what? Right, trying to get this. Oh, yeah, well, you know, I'm a mother. There's room in my heart for everybody. I have 3 of my own kids, and I have 2 dogs, and I have all my kids' friends, and, you know. It's just who I am. Coco, be a good girl. You get to come back in a minute. Yeah, pretty much. I'm finally to the age where my human children are old enough to do some of their own things, and now I get to do my own thing. That's why I didn't draw for like 20 years, because I was mothering my children. When I had art stuff out, they would just get into it, and I didn't have time for it. So, I didn't do any. Okay. I want a little bit of... So now, it's getting to be Kathy time. Running out of time, you gotta do what you want. Get to be my age. I'm not that old, but getting there. Under 50, but barely. Coco! You need to be a good girl. So just sit there. She's right outside the screen door over here. You need to be a good girl, so just sit there. She does look pathetic. Alright. Step back here. I got the face done, I think, pretty much. Woohoo! She's too little yet. She has never been on the boat. My other one has. Alright, I'm going to save this. Thank you. Oh, my hand's crampy. Let me show you. This is the... This is the real picture that I'm working from. This is the picture I have to work from, and here is my drawing. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Now that I got the faces done, the body will go pretty quick. Alright, well before you go, guess what? I'm going to let you see how pathetic Coco looks. Hang on, because I'm going to go too. Coco, where are you? She was right here, and now she ran away. Oh, she went to get some water. Coco's. This is her in timeout out here. This is such a awful jail. Okay. Coco, were you a bad girl? Were you a bad girl? Kokomo. Kokomo. Little Miss Trouble. Yes. She says, yes, I'm almost 5 months old, and I'm a vicious little dog. I am vicious. She's crabby today. She had to go to the vet and get shot, so she's crabby. That's her little swimming pool. They swim in there. Alright, so thanks for spending some time with me, you guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day or night or whatever. I'm off to make some dinner and do my mom's stuff. And so I hope to see you again. I'll probably be on tomorrow at some point. Thanks. See you soon. Come back. Look at him waving. See you soon. Bye. You too. Bye-bye.